What's up, everybody? I am back with another preview show. It's UFC 278 this weekend. It's Usman. It's Edwards. Y'all gotta let me know. What do y'all think? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna lose? Whose destiny will be reshaped? Because quite frankly, it's go time for Edwards. Because he's been running his mouth. Yeah, he's on an 8-fight win streak. But you're fighting Kamaru Usman, and quite frankly, I don't see anyone beating that man until Khamzat Chimaev gets a title shot. But we're going to go with my predictions. Y'all leave comments on who y'all think is going to get the wins, who's not going to get the wins, that sort of thing. But first off, we have Tyson Pedro versus Harry Hunsucker. I didn't make up that name. That's just how it is. And let's just say, according to the Verdict app, shout out to Verdict on this one. As always, shout out to my research pages, SureDog and Wikipedia. And I got to give a personal little shout out to Cade Fuller, who showed me the Verdict app. So shout out to you, my man. Let's continue, shall we? And I got Tyson Pedro winning via first round knockout. And yes, I have, as always, I like to give a little bio to my picks. So, with that being said, Tyson Pedro is 8-3. He is an Australian fighter. He is 30 years old, fighting at 205, which means he is a light heavyweight. And he fights with Lions High Performance Center. His last loss was to Mauricio Shogun Hua via a third round technical knockout. Here's a little bonus. He doesn't have just one black belt. He has 3 black belts. He has a black belt in Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Kimpo. Well, I mean, I'm trying to get my black belt before I'm 50 in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This man already has it. Whatever. Moving on. Let me know who y'all think's going to win that fight. But, like I said, I got to keep it moving. So, my second fight, we have Marcin Tybura, I hope I said that right, versus Alexander Romanov. And once again, I like the unknown fighters. I'm going to take the blue corner on this one. I've got Alexander Romanov. Not to be confused with the Black Widow, okay? Don't get it twisted. So, winning, yeah, I'll have him winning via second round knockout. So, I like to see some fireworks. It's time for it to happen, okay? So, once again, I'll give a little bio on my winner, Mr. Romanov. Like I said, his name is Alexander Romanov. He is 16-0, fighting out of Comrat Moldova, Moldovan fighter. He is 31 years old, 260, which means he is a UFC heavyweight. He fights with Lion Club. He's never been KO'd or subbed, and he is currently undefeated. He is, and this is a personal shout out to my guy, Warren. He is an Olympic freestyle wrestler. Now, what that means is, I guess he just likes to wrestle a lot while grounding and pounding. Needless to say, that's what I'm picking for the second fight. Moving right along. Next up, we have Jose Aldo versus Merab. No, bear with me. Versus Merab Dabalishvili. I hope I said that right. And this one intrigued me the most simply because it's a savvy vet versus an up-and-comer. And I have Jose Aldo. Yes, I went with the savvy vet. I went with the safe pick. Get off my back. And I've got him by unanimous decision. As always, here's some more bio. Jose Aldo is 31-7. He fights out of Manaus, Amazonas, Brazil. Again, grammar cops, do not get on me, okay? I'm trying. Alright? I'm trying. Stop. He fights with Nova Ioano. Again, I hope I said that right. I'm not very good with my Brazilian pronunciations yet. And for the fun facts, he has not one but 2 black belts. One in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and the other in Luta Livre. Once again, I hope I'm saying that right. His last loss was to the number 1 contender, Piotr Jan, via 5th round TKO punches. So I'm going with Jose Aldo there. Y'all let me know who you think's going to win this fight. But anyways, it's time for the co-main event of the evening. And let me see. Gotta switch pages. Sorry. In the co-main event, we have a returning Luke Rockhold versus one Paulo Costa. Now, if you remember that name, it is because his last loss, the man couldn't make weight, and he had to fight at light heavyweight, and he still lost to one Marvin Vettori at light heavyweight because the man couldn't make weight at 185. He says he's on track to make weight. Let's see if he remembers that he's a middleweight. Okay? Anyways, I've got Costa winning by 3rd round KO. Yes, it's safe pick. I don't think Luke Rockhold, he's taking a lot of time off. The last fight I remember him having was against Michael Bisping. And that was a little while ago. So I believe that was 199. And we're like 278 now. So, yeah. He hasn't fought in a little bit. So, Paulo Costa's bio. Brought to you by SureDog and Wikipedia. As always, they're my research pages when it comes to the UFC and Bellator, all that good stuff. Paulo Costa is 13-2. He fights out of Brazil. It was a really long town, province name. Too much for me to pronunciate, so I'm just going to say he's a Brazilian fighter, right? He's 31 years old. Like I said, he's bounced back between light, heavyweight, and middleweight, so we're going to call him 185, all right? He fights with Team Baracha. Again, don't come at me, grammar police. I'm trying, all right? Cool. He's never been subbed, which is good, considering the fact he's 13-2. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. Let's see if he can remember who he is before that Adesanya knockout loss. Speaking, like I said, his last loss was at 205 via unanimous decision to one Marvin Vettori. Fun fact, he is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So, a lot of these guys that I've picked, minus Mr. Romanov, are black belts in something, which is really cool. Now, Mr. Romanov is an undefeated fighter. I digress. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your main event of the evening. I'm not trying to be Bruce Buffer. That man's suit game, let me say, that man's suit game on point. He is dapper as fuck every single time he steps onto the grand stage in the octagon. But it's main event time. Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman 2. So much hype built up into this because Kamaru Usman is on a whole nother level, you know. And until we see John Jones fight at heavyweight, I'm going to say Kamaru Usman is head and shoulders in the pound-for-pound rankings above everybody else. Now, I've stated Kamaru Usman, he might have a challenge in Khamzat Chimaev, but let's see how Chimaev does against the likes of a Nate Diaz, the likes of a Colby Covington before we start talking about title shots. I feel Khamzat's 2 title fights away, but we're focusing on the preview show, right? So, Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards has a lot of intrigue. To me, it does because Leon's got a lot to prove. Yes, he's on an 8-fight win streak, but he's coming off a win where he got absolutely rocked against Nate Diaz. And had Nate Diaz not goofed off, laughing at him in the middle of the octagon, he might not be in this main event. It might actually be Nate Diaz. Again, y'all let me know how that went, please. But, like I said, I don't see anyone at the moment, minus Chimaev, beating Kamaru Usman. So I've got Usman via unanimous decision in this one. Y'all let me know what y'all think. So, like I said, I'm going to give bio on my picks. So, Kamaru Usman is 35 years old. He fights out of Sanford MMA. He's 20-1. Never been knocked out. His last loss was to Jose Caceres at CFA 11 on May 24th, 2013 via the rear naked choke. Now, you wouldn't think a wrestler would get submitted like that, but I digress. Every dog has its day. So, with that being said, y'all let me know who y'all have picked, and we'll go from there. Anyways, guys and gals, that is my preview show today. New viewers, smash that subscribe button as always. Older viewers, like, comment, spread the word. Y'all have an awesome day. Peace.